All right. Hello. I'm sorry for the slow start. I started stream and the network zone 2 went out. Um, I don't know why. I still haven't figured out why, but we restarted the router and everything is working now. I will take it. So today we're doing more stream development. If you were here in the first few seconds, you may have caught a little bit of a change. Or if you're looking at it right now, you may have caught a little bit of a change. A few major things have changed since I last streamed yesterday. um, Not the least of which is the model credit is now gone. I now have models made by two different people, and there's not a great way to automatically update it, so I'm just not going to. If somebody asks, I will know. 2, the music player is gone. Honestly, I don't have that much music. I only have Azali's music, and while I absolutely love Azali's music, and I do actually have permission from FAR to use their music, I'm gonna have to do that a lot. And it's gonna be a huge project. Maybe I'll do it down the line, but for now, I don't want to include music in my streams anymore. I also have to record it. It gets messy. In clips, it's there. It's just a mess. I'm not going to. Time being. And 3, you may have noticed there's a background to the starting soon screen now. I took the background from the branded with chat view and I put it on this, but more than that, a rather significant change has occurred. Most of my setup is now a single scene. Simple wouldn't leave me, so I've taken over it. Why is this not on? What? I have apparently taken so long to activate the tracking for VTube Studio that it has given up. Wild. I've never seen that before. What? Won't use it. Is the video capture device locked? By who? Now wait a minute. Has somebody done me one dirty? Is it Discord? Hold on. Wait. The camera itself isn't being picked up by Windows. That's fixed it. We will hope. OBS is okay. USB video device is now being shown. Select camera on. Okay. The tracking is working now. Hit him with a calibrate. Confidence is not high. You love to see it. 69% confidence. Nice. Okay. Now that there's not any impurities, we are good. Okay. So, as I was saying before I so rudely interrupted myself, everything is now composited in the simple scene which refused to die. Here we are. Now, there is some automation I've been working on, and that automation is not done. Because, well, there are some pretty significant issues. Not the least of which is that Helix refuses to connect. I don't know why, but Helix, Twitch's API, will not allow me to connect. How rude. So I have to do a lot of these things manually at the moment. So let me open the with chat scene. That's not the correct model. Hello. I'm not streaming in 3D at the moment. I have to manually choose the switch to VTube Studio one. All of the composition is a little weird at the moment, but I now have a few more capabilities. Namely, I can do this. That's right. I can become a gaming VTuber. All I gotta do is press the RGB button, and I'm gaming. Cost another 30%. We'll see if it does actually end as it's supposed to. It is there we go. Excellent. It lasts for 30 seconds. There's a Twitch redeem, which was set up for this, and it doesn't work because I can't make an event subscription. Oopsies. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not allowed to subscribe to event sub. There are some significant issues with my Twitch authentication, I think. I want to probably go and maybe even stop using the bot system for connecting to event sub. One, because trying to fix it requires a lot of effort, and two, I don't think it actually gives me any benefits. I may break the dependency on the bot namespace, which will also reduce the amount of sub-assemblies packaged along with this by a lot. While also not losing us any abilities. The only problem is anything that depended on Twitch is going to have to be rewritten. But ultimately, it's probably not the worst thing. It's already pretty bad. So that is that. But yes, there is going to be some automation set up. We are going to work on automation today, specifically Twitch automation, because I have this new Coalescence app that I've been working on, which I'm calling Coalescence Control Surface, which allows me to set up OBS scripts that you can execute. The problem is, I can set up OBS scripts. I can't set up WebSocket requests, and I need to figure out how to do that. So we're probably going to extend OBS script to no longer just be OBS. So I've got to figure that out. Most likely what it'll be is that you send a singular property over OBS WebSockets. Or not OBS WebSockets. You send essentially a JSON document with only one entry over WebSocket to some external server. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna have to make a connection and then blast it. I don't know how I want to do that. Maybe I'll make a Vignon connector to establish a persistent connection to Vignon, because I can't imagine it's going to like being like a connection opened, one message, kill it. I can't imagine that's going to go too well. So we'll probably make a Vignon connector. We also need to look into VTube Studio's API. We won't be doing a whole lot with it at the moment, but who knows? We might finally implement head paths. I don't know. Maybe. God, there's so much I have to do. Okay. Today's gonna be a long stream, I think. Hopefully. I am a little bit tired. Not because I didn't sleep, but because I took a very warm shower and now I'm very comfortable. Which means I want to go to sleep because my brain just goes, ah yes, comfort, commit sleep immediately. So that's what we're fighting with today. I do believe okay, so here's the problem. The way that we start with Helix is that we ask it to create or we ask it for its old subscriptions and we attempt to kill those subscriptions. Oh dear. My stream. What happened? Remote desktop gave up. Okay, we're back. Is that old or is that new? Cannot be new, right? No, it's not. Is my inbox check interval 1 day? Hold on. Should not be 1 day. Should be 5 minutes, I think. Account settings. 5 minutes for the good accounts. This is searching every 10 minutes. This is every 1 minute. This is every 5 minutes. Why am I getting these notifications so much later? There's something wrong with Thunderbird, I think. Either that or I'm checking so many mail accounts that it's starting to block me. Oh well. That's okay. We're not going to be using we're not going to be using our hosting email for super long. I'd like to set up my own mail server because there's no way that could possibly go poorly for me. Hopefully I don't get banned from my hosting provider. We'll see how that goes. We'll probably get banned. That's okay. Okay. So somehow our event sub connector, it's so weird because it fails immediately. And I don't know why. But so the thing is, we create a like a reference to the Twitch API. And we don't get to the line under that. But we're not even done creating the Twitch API object when it fails. So it's like I don't understand why. It's not even a connection oriented like API. You don't actually perform a connect. You just set up some authentication settings and then that just happens in the background. So that's annoying. Oh, that's why I was using the Twitch API or the Twitch implementation is that it has automatic token management, which is probably why it's not working, is the token's probably wrong. Well, no, I know it's not that because it would fix if I re-authenticated, and it doesn't. Why does it break? I don't know. Also, oh no, it is. I don't know why it doesn't work. It should work. But I suppose that's a lot of Twitch anyway. Is I don't know why this doesn't work. Followed by pulling out hair. I also might still be shadow banned. I did use a couple intense API like methodologies because I'm working on a tool that will allow me to automatically and let me dream with you for a second here. Automatically present to you 3 channels with which we choose who to raid. because I think that that could be really cool. And then I don't have to figure out whether or not I'm doing random raid by category, random raid by tag. The problem is I like to raid streamers who have low viewership. And generally, I raid people who have less viewers than myself. The problem is that's not always possible, because Twitch is a little bit weird. It gives you there's an endpoint where you can ask it for everybody who's streaming right now, right? If this works, probably won't. It didn't. But you can ask it who's streaming. And the problem is that list is sorted by number of viewers, descending. I need the other end of the list. Do you know how to get the other end of the list in that case? You have to step through every single person who is streaming on Twitch. You have to go through every page individually to get to the end of the list. I don't give a shit about anybody who has more than like 10 viewers, but I have to step through all of them. So the people I want to see are on like page 70. So I have to ask Twitch for 70 pages of shit that I just don't care about at all. And there's nothing I can do about it. Because I can't ask them for the list backwards. It's just not a thing. It would save both of us a lot of effort. But I may be slightly banned from the API for that. I'm not sure. All I know is that Helix never connects, and I don't have any logging as to why. Which means that wait a minute. Don't tell me. Hold on. Did I can't check because it's not in one of the 25 repositories. God damn it. Hold on. I have to open this in Visual Studio Code to see the changes I made. I may be an idiot. Hold on. Hold on. Am I an idiot? I very. We must check the Git history. What was this file before I changed it? Is it good? The trash? I do not know. All I know is that I have made a change. No. Wait. Maybe. Surprisingly enough, none of this is in a try-catch. Wait. Yes, it is. The get user ID isn't in a try-catch, though. But this gives us information. I don't understand, because the log never gets even the line setting up Twitch API. It doesn't get it. Like there's a lot of logging that happens. It's so weird. Because if I show you, let me open OBS here. Let me get down in the brass tacks with you. Let's take a look at this absolute whack situation, and maybe one of you will understand what's going on here, and be able to help me with this, because I am so confused. I'm running a very out of date version of Coalescence. Hold on. So, I open control surface, I go to main scene. There it is. Why is beam not appearing? Why is Visual Studio not appearing? Visual Studio is disabled, that's why. Found it. So I'm looking in the log, right? And I go to log.log. I see enabling helix, which is sent on this line. Enabling helix. Helix isn't null, right? Because it's created here, so it cannot be null. I mean, I guess I could do this. Read only, make it unavailable to set. But I really doubt I'm setting it anywhere. I mean, maybe. We'll put the entire thing in a try catch. Okay, we'll try this. So hopefully this will give me more information. Honestly, probably should have had this logging here already, but you know what? There's no such time like the present, you know. We'll try this. Because I'm not getting any notification, which means that this line could be failing. Getting the access token could fail. Who knows? What the fuck is this? This is diabolical. This is probably why a lot of this doesn't work. Yikes. This is some weird old code. Honestly, that's probably why most of this doesn't work. The weird old code that this kind of depends on. Okay, though. Everything will be fine. The Twitch authentication handler is a little bit old. It's the first document I wrote for code that depended on Twitch, so it's pretty bad. Let's see if this works. Well, it's not going to work, but I want to see why it doesn't work. Nothing. Nothing at all. What the hell, man? No explanation as to why. Nothing at all. Let me try something. What do you want? See. Why does he keep succeeding even though I'm running build? By the way, I think that the debugging information, or like the IntelliCode information is deleted. Wild. We'd love to see it. I have to reopen the solution. But yeah, what I'm looking for is, let's see, did my change work? If I go to Twitch event subsetting, nope, Twitch Helix connector. the T API. Okay, so it's still not read-only in the Helix connector itself. So we're going to change this to be read-only. We can't do that. We'll change it to be get private set. And we'll do the same thing for event sub and for IRC. Oh, it's already read-only. Okay. So I need to increment the version. Rebuild all. You know what it probably is? It's probably so dumb. An idea the way it's not working. If it is, then I'm gonna be so disappointed. All right, have an idea. I'm so disappointed if this is the case. It could be a very dumb thing. Huh? It exited? I'm not supposed to do that. Huh? What? All right. That's not what you expect to see. No way. What? There's no way it's so stupid. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Stupid. Oh my god. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? That's so rude. Alright. That's so fucking stupid. Why? That's the reason it was failing. That's so stupid. Okay, my DNS server cached an NX domain for id.twitch.tv, which is why Helix never connects. That is so incredibly stupid. I am bothered. What the fuck, man? What is the point? Alright, well, okay, cool, awesome, amazing, good. Coalescence works now, hopefully. Maybe? Hold on. Nope. Okay. Edit redeems model RGB. That is the name of it. It runs a node named model RGB, which is the name of it. Which means that the redeem system doesn't work. It doesn't work. We must find out why. Why? Is it because this event doesn't run? Or is it because the nodes are not being found? Does the event run? It does. For all nodes in node, which is model RGB, is model RGB. So nodes 2 is the number of nodes. Script is null. L is value of nodes. Nodes 2 is L split. If nodes 2 dot contains parts at 1, I think this works, maybe? Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Try it again. It just works. It just works. I'm literally Todd Howard. I'm Rainbow Todd Howard. Excellent. So now it can set up OBS actions that are triggered by chat. Okay. Now comes the hard part. Stateful transitions. So I'm allowed to create quite a bit in the way of custom rewards. I would like to take all of the model change redeems and convert them to be one redeem, which is called change model. And that change model will support live 2D and 3D models. So you'll be able to change me into Alada, you'll be able to change me into Dust, you'll be able to change me into a Seria, and it should just work. The problem is, I said that it supports live 2D models, which means I can't use my cheap answer, which is to just use Vneon. It needs to be done in my level of scripting. Because I need much more control than... I mean, Vneon will give me a lot of control, but I need a little bit more control than that. So, we're going to have to get down to brass tacks here. I need to do two things. I need to set up some vneon connector. I need to be able to detect what scene I'm on, detect what version of model I have currently visible. So if I go to model A, you can see that both of them are actually set to be visible, which is a problem. We should probably change. Can I even do that? Hold on. If I swap this to be switch to YouTube Studio, I don't have hide after. Ooh boy. Okay, that's a problem. I don't have the way to detect what I'm currently appearing as. I could hide both and then show one. That would work. I'm probably going to have to do some more intelligent things than just blast these kind of randomly. Do I have a way to refund the redemption here? Hold on. If I do e.payload.event.reward.id, probably the ID of the thing. Do I not have access to what they entered? For all I know, this could be wrong. Here it is. Okay. So the idea is to how do I do this? I don't think how to do this. This is a relatively complicated thing because we have a lot to worry about. How do we order the tags that you have to give? How do I want to do this? Because I'm only allowed to have, I think, up to 80 redeems? Or is it 40 redeems? I don't know. All I know is I already have like 10 for models. Which is normally not a problem, but you can have up to 50. So 20% of our channel point redeems are model swaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. I literally have 20. Okay, how many of those are model swaps? So that's a model action, which I won't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So exactly half of our channel point redeems are model swaps. I think the way we'll do it is that first term is the character's name. And if the character has more than one word in their name, it'll just be the first word of their name, unless it's ambiguous. And then the name of the outfit. And then if there is, what would you call it though? I'm trying to think of how I would set this up. Hmm. So I want to have the redeems not be so locked up with with model swaps. How am I going to do this? I mean, I guess it's already broken, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna have to make the control surface can't do it because control surface isn't a specialized enough tool for it. I also still need to make a Beyond VTube Studio connector. Although VTube Studio at the moment doesn't have the ability to swap models because I don't have another one. I could get another one, but I don't see a reason to at the moment. So what we'll do is we will make a new application. Actually, technically, they're not applications. They're just connectors. So we will copy you. Now the question is, can I set it up in a way that doesn't make no sense? Because even VNyan is going to be primarily WebSocket messages. We'll need some of these. We'll keep this, I guess. All right, we're going to load a new project. Coalescence.vnyan. I'm surprised it actually loaded. We'll just keep that as is for now. We probably don't need that, but we'll keep it for the moment. This is going to depend on nothing, actually. Take this. We need this. We need this. We need this or this or this. Nice. We'll keep this for the time being. Method must have return type. Oh. Don't actually need the WebSocket. We don't need this script. This doesn't matter. We could do beyond disable. Set it to true by default. Okay. So now the question is there a NuGet package for vneon? Probably not. We can find out. There's a decent chance. No, there isn't. Okay. So it is a generic WebSockets system. Because I know that there is a WebSocket message node. And it's worth noting we're not going to do everything in vneon. But in our callback nodes, we can take API message. Okay. This isn't too bad. The only thing that's not amazing is that it uses a static port. I'm not super fond of, but I mean, not the worst. Oh, you can change it. Sick. So plan is, by the way, it defaults to 8069. These will all be named with vneon. Okay. So actually, we don't. There isn't a password. So public void send action string action, and then dictionary of string to string values that will default equal to null. So then we do string query string equals settings get setting of vneon point plus colon. Here, we'll do this. Settings.get setting vneon port. And then it'll be slash query action equals action name or action and we'll do this first. For each, if values is not null, for each var v in values dot keys, query string plus equals, and v.key, or just in values, v.key equals v.value. This will be URL encoder.default.encode v.value. We could also post, but I'm not going to bother. So there's that. Then we call HTTP. Actually, first we need to check if settings get setting of vneon disable is true, then return. And then otherwise, we want to do HTTP client vneon client equals new. And we'll do vneon client.get async of query string. Okay. So the idea is we take our action will be something like change model, and then we can give it parameters. Most likely the name of the file to load, which will be loaded into a dictionary that we control, which should make it a little bit easier to manage. And then we don't have to build logic in vneon about how to handle it. Connect is just going to immediately say connected is true because it's not actually stateful, which means that there are no socket connected or disconnected events. And this is relatively, as much as there is, we will eventually set up this file. This is going to be .vneon. Actually, we can delete this because we don't need it. It is only self set, so it doesn't matter that we don't have any dependencies because there are no dependencies. Okay, so we're going to delete all of the controls here. Except for this one. Change this to Coalescence vneon. Okay. And we will make a button, which will be send example avatar change. Okay. Then we'll do vneon subsystem vns equals new, or not new, subsystem.get of vneon subsystem. vns.send action async change model. The model is, what's the file name of it'll be v1 cat.vrm. Then we'll say that the query is cat. The idea now is that this should just work. So if I now in here I come to API message, action is change model. I want in the JSON base into dictionary. No. The dictionary get dictionary value. Model change request. Model change request. I want the key of model. Text concat. This will be model change request model. Which will be appended with the string that is the folder that this is in. I need to stop an after this. So we need to load in an ordered execution. This happens first. Then this text concat. That happens. This will be load model, load avatar. It happens. I think this works. We're about to find out. Double audio? Oh no. Should be fixed. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the things that I want to automate is the main scene will activate the beam audio instead of microphone in. But I haven't quite gotten around to that. I forgot to make this a dependency. So that it'll get added to the executable. Okay, theoretically this will work. Theoretically. It hasn't worked. Yet. Okay. I think the disable flag actually defaults to true, doesn't it? So we need to set this to false. Now it should just work. No. Okay. Cool. We do need to do a couple things really quick. So this, we need to call more than initialize component. We need this dot enforce coalescence style. So that the button isn't white on white. Oh, I misspelled change model. That's why. Is it gonna work? No. Why not? Is it because these are backslashes and it needs forward slashes because the backslashes are actually treated as escape characters? Am I onto something, perhaps? No? Okay, let's do a quick check to make sure that it actually is doing the thing. Okay, so the query string is change model. Model is allow cat vrm. What about is going on here? I'm attempting to make my thing work, but Vignon isn't doing the thing. And I don't know why. Hmm. Problem is I don't have a way to show um I don't have a way to show what it's getting. Um Send Twitch chat. Is this a good idea? Probably not. We'll see if this goes well. It didn't happen. About this. Um the REST API is set on port 8069. Is that the port that I'm sending to? Yes. Sending to localhost at 8069. But it's not happening. Why? Why not? Oh, well, that's probably not helping. Parameters are supposed to be in angle brackets. Wait, it worked. It didn't send the Twitch chat, so that doesn't work. But I probably haven't given it the requisite thing. But it did load my model. So if I load a different model and I send another WebSocket request, it worked. Okay, so we have our basic system down. You can't see it because I'm not sending it to that computer, but it does work. That is half the battle. Now what we need to do is one, put it on the correct computer, and two, um, we need to make it tied to the redeems. So I'm going to create a form, so we can get rid of this. I'm going to create a form. Actually, we'll leave that code for now. Add new form. Will be model name registry. First things first. Properties, back color, control dark. Then do this dot enforce coalescence style. Okay. Change the name to have spaces in it. What's a good way to edit a dictionary? Guess I could use a data grid view again. Add key called key, and value called value. All right. I'm too lazy to make this look cool. This is the model name registry. I could press the right buttons. Where's cell value changed? Cell value needed. Here it is. So, dictionary of string to string model names equals new. For each var v in data grid or data grid view one dot rows. Model names to add v dot be at 0. What? It's an object? What? How do I lose the data grid view row? Am I just an idiot? 1 second. No, it got reclassed as object. V dot cells dot or just at 0. V dot cells at 1. We will take this as value. These are guaranteed to be strings, so string and string. And if it doesn't work, we'll just do a try catch. The best type of the best type of try catch, which is the uninterested try catch, where we don't actually check to see if it worked. Actually, what we might even do, instead of a dictionary of string to string, we might just do a list of string. Equals new. Change this to be a string interpolation. You want? Oh. Now what we can do is we can do string all model names equals model names dot string dot join with new lines model names, and then we can do vneon subsystem vns equals substring or subsystem dot get vneon subsystem vns dot platform settings dot set setting model names is all model names. The idea now is that we can put in a bunch of things that you can write, and it will be converted into the actual file name of the model. Timeout, I think, times you out for 5 minutes. Is it? No, I time you out for an hour. And then there's super timeout, which is a lot cheaper. Where I time you out for 2 full weeks. It would be so funny to make one that has a chance to randomly ban someone. You have a 90% chance to ban yourself permanently, but you have a 10% chance to ban someone else permanently. All right. So now what I need to do is to make a way for Twitch chat to have a redeem, which is considered by this. Which means I'm going to have to make a sub-assembly of this, which handles that. So this is getting convoluted. Yeah, if you redeem that, I have to play an ad. Also, congratulations on being real. Is there a limit? Yes. I can't run an ad any more often than 5 minutes plus the duration of the ad. So if it's a 3-minute ad, I can't do that until 8 minutes have elapsed. But as for a redemption limit, no, I don't think there is. You're allowed to do it as many times as you would like. Should probably set up a redemption limit. I don't even. It might be automatic. Because like one of the because it's like the default icon. So I have no idea. Did I raise the closet redeem to 10K? Yes, I did. The closet redeem is a 15-minute interruption to the stream. Am I afraid? No, it's just the the user experience. If I get closeted twice per stream, it's gonna be really weird. I dare suppress your power? Yes, I do actually. Thanks for asking. Um, if model names array dot any x dot starts with model name plus type. Nope, it's a colon. Is it a colon? I can't remember. It is a colon. Then string that model equals model names array dot first of x dot starts with model name plus colon. Actually, we know it's not first or default because we just found out that exists. So then string file name equals that model dot substring of that model dot index of the colon plus one dot trim. Then we do send action async of change model with a new dictionary of query is model name and model is file name. Okay. So now this is where our next project comes into play, which is Coalescence Venia on Twitch. Venia on Twitch subsystem, which will depend on Venion and Twitch. The open main form is not actually going to be overridden. Redeem name is change model. Now what we'll do in connect is we will do Twitch helix connector dot create or repair event subscription to channel points redeems. Everybody's favorite. Speaking of, now that we know that this is working, it should give us exceptions. Oh, it did just work. It just works. Todd Howard would be so proud. I do need to do the redeem subscription again. It is unfortunately not enough to assume it will work. Okay. If redeem name does not equal settings get setting of, would I rather be a ghost or a skeleton? Dude, skeleton all the time. You kidding me? Be a calcium crusader, dude. Look at it this way. If you're a ghost, they call you a poltergeist, which literally means noisy ghost. They're literally just clowning on you for being loud. So if our string model name equals e.payload.event.user input, event title name. Okay. Yeah. If model name is a string is null or white space model name, we need to refund it in this case. So helix dot switch helix connector TAPI helix dot channel points dot e.payload.event.broadcaster user ID, e.payload.event.reward.id, e dot or list of e.payload.event.id. This is the redemption ID. And new actually we can make this we'll do should refund equals true. If not should refund, then we'll do if not should refund, then we do Pinyon subsystem. I need to actually create dependencies. Oh, it would help if I did it from the right one, wouldn't it? PNS equals subsystem dot get Pinyon subsystem. PNS dot change. Can I just make a thing to switch the model? Swap to model async. Will be model name. Pool success equals await this. If not success, should refund equals true. And we'll do another Helix request for .chat .send message send chat message. The new request broadcaster ID equals e.payload.event.broadcaster user ID. I don't think this works. e.payload.event.user ID username. Your redemption was canceled because you specified an invalid model name. Use bang models for a list of models. Okay. So theoretically that works. Maybe. I don't know. I just work here. Okay, so I have to implement open main form. So I'm just gonna have it do nothing. There is no form for this. There's nothing to show. Okay. Let's try this. I need to make a redeem called change model. We'll do that really quick. Change model or one VBuck. Um, okay. We now have a models command or a models redeem. I don't have a way to get to the models registry. One moment. I made the thing and then didn't create the button to do it. Okay. So we will make a key of, oh, I have to change the data grid view. The data grid view has a white on white appearance, which is not helpful because I can't see dick. Row template. Default cell style. Back color is white. Fore color is black. Selection back color is light blue. Selection fore color is dark blue. I really should just put this in the cell style or the enforced coalescence style. It's actually not a bad idea. I should probably do that. We're also going to turn off the maximize and minimize boxes. And set this to fixed single. Pirate or merchant? I'm gonna go with merchant. Yeah. It's specifically not the first row that it works on. You know what? I don't question it. Okay. Model name registry does not actually reload the values. Okay. For each string line in model name lines, string tokens was line.split of colon. Then data grid view 1.rows.add of tokens at 0, tokens at 1. There's always one cell that doesn't work. How weird. Not being read. It's probably because the model names have a colon in them. I didn't think about this somehow. We can just do this, make them pipes instead. Fixes the problem short term. Hmm. Model names are right. Hmm. So it looks like the data grid view being set up is deleting all of the information. It's the last line only. So weird that that is the only thing that causes an issue. See, default cell style, column headers, default cell style. All right, more things to blast. So where is it? Okay, now finally all of them work. All right, now if I come in here, I can type in Aleta v1 cat vrm. I think is the name of the file. Should probably check. I also probably choose a model I don't currently have loaded. Okay. We're going to call this good enough for the time being. Okay. Now, theoretically, I come in here and I change the VNet endpoint to the stream computer. That's not the one. There we go. I need to set up my node graph, which honestly I might be able to just add a block and lock the block, copy the block, paste the block. No, okay. Well, we tried. Not gonna be that hard. It's API message action of change model. Copy into model change requests. Take ordered execution with 2 steps. Change get dictionary value from model change request. That's the parameter model change request model. We take text concat. We take the installation directory of the models with the forward slashes or the backslashes being replaced with forward slashes. And then the parameter model. We put into load avatar here. Now, theoretically, we could very well be wrong. This should load a model. No. Okay. Why not? So if we come down to the Vignon Twitch subsystem, we check here. It does run. Vignon is actually showing a success. Okay. Oh, I don't specify the key that I need to download. Oopsies. All right, it should work now. No. What? But that's what it should be. What? Okay, try again. Neither one of my breakpoints hit. Okay, from the top. Okay, I've angered Twitch and it's no longer sending me anything. Okay, it works now. Sick. If I come over to the model layer, I select switch to Vignon. You can now, for exactly one VBlock, can choose new models. So if I do like change model, I want to try something. If I just write trash, it hasn't written the thing it should have. Does it fail afterwards? Hold on. Wait, did it get locked after the first redemption? Where is the thread? .NET TP worker 52064. Okay. The change model to trash. It never actually comes back to it. How strange. I smashed the keyboard a bit. Client or the ID and the client ID header must match the client ID used to create the custom reward. What? So only the person who created the reward can refund it? That can't be right. Hmm. I'm just gonna write empty strings for a second. What? Do I have the right scope, maybe? Hold on. I may very well not have the right scopes. No, I have it. Hmm. So the weird bit is, I don't know that I can even do that because I don't have access to the channel point redeem because I can't. The streamer has to set these up. Like, what am I gonna do about that? I have an ad starting in 30 seconds, but I kind of want to go to sleep. I'll be honest. I'm really tired. Um, there's so much shit I need to do, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to run for another like hour. So I am actually going to raid somebody. We're going to try and probably fail to automatically find somebody to raid. It's not really ready, but we're gonna go for it and see what happens. Here we go. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. Um, it usually doesn't. All right. Oh, I need that. Don't close. So, um, chat. My stream or my application has just inspected 5,300 current streamers and have found 0 of them with the envtuber tag that have less than 0 viewers or less than 7 viewers. So we're gonna ask again for vtuber. um, this is full on random raid by tag. I probably should have done it by category. Let's see. Also 0. There's got to be something wrong. There's no way that there are in the 3,400 streams it's searched that all of them have more than 7 viewers. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a lot of people. See. There's also a thing where it's not supposed to do the filter by size if there are less than I think 3 viewers in our stream. Right now it says there's 1. So yeah, so our viewer count is presumably low enough that it shouldn't be running that check. Yeah, 1. So um I don't know. I feel like the less than 3 viewers check must be wrong. Um Go to add by tag, which is the really important one. I'm probably gonna have to snooze the ads again. Um this is not the correct text. It would be getting filtered twice. No, it's not. Oh no, it isn't. I don't know. It's like always 0 left though. Um Huh? How will we see though? I guess this the one I'm running must be out of date then. Like really out of date. Um we will rebuild the solution and then put it in the don't need developer PowerShell. We'll put it in the folder, I guess. Okay. So we'll try this again. We'll do by tag vtuber. There has got to be people streaming the vtuber category. Oh dear. So we just oh thanks for following. We just checked 89 pages of streams and we only found 2 people with less than 7 viewers. I'm not so sure about this. I'm beginning to think that Twitch may not be giving me accurate information. Either that or the view counts isn't how many people are currently watching. Ooh, I didn't consider that. Also, this add to log does not put a new line at the end of it, so nearly none of the messages have new lines where they should have. So that's a fun time too. Because the idea is that we want to get a page that has at least 12. So the assumption is there's always going to be a page of people who do not have a lot of viewers. We're eventually gonna get there, right? But we just have to find that page. I know that there's a page like that. I might increase the sensitivity of it because it looks like 7 is not a good number. So we'll try 15. We'll double it. Because otherwise I think we probably will never find a valid target. Because it's not doing the what? It's not doing the check because there is a check to see that they have less viewers than I do because I like to raid people who are smaller than me. But that's not happening because we don't have 3. So like this is weird. So we'll check by tag vtuber again. I know you can't see the output of this. Probably a good thing. It's some pretty shit output. Okay. We have some better candidate user counts. We have 106 instead of 2. I also forgot to put um the problem here. Oh. All right, I can't snooze any more ads, so if I take longer than 4 minutes left, then we will have to watch the ad. Trying to go fast. Okay, so at the end of all of this, we want to do our candidate users. We'll do users dot order by sending x dot score. Yeah, the problem is with Helix, I don't actually have the ability to do that, which is the weird thing. All right, we're gonna have the user score. Essentially, the score is going to be a way for me to bias it towards certain people. So, like, if you have VT in your name, you'll get like a couple extra points or something. If you're in the if you're in my follow list, you got a lot of extra points. If you're streaming the same category, you get more points. Stuff like that. So there's like a rudimentary scoring system. The more viewers you have, the lower your score. So that if somebody is, I want to get people who have very low viewership. In my raid crosshairs. I think that that's how like that's the most important people to raid. All right, let's bother Twitch's API once more by asking for the entire list of people who are currently streaming. To be fair, it's their fault for giving it to me high to low. That's right, I'm blaming the billion-dollar company. Let us see. So we have our candidates. Let us peek at this person who is number 1 in our candidacy. They have 17 viewers. That's not a good sign. Let's try number 2. Maybe number 2 is good. They have 8 viewers. Oh dear. The viewer counts are correct. We could change never higher viewers then back to 7. You know what? We're gonna get greedy. I'm gonna go with 4. It's either gonna be literally nobody, or we'll get good people now. I have no idea. Random raid by tag with vtuber. Oh, another fun thing is I can't ask it for vtubers with a specific tag. So I actually have to scan the entire list of all streamers and take only those who have tags. So I have to do the filtering, which makes it worse for Twitch. Okay, we have 2 targets to investigate here. We have 48 seconds before the ad. Okay. That's looking pretty promising. Okay, you definitely are not getting. Okay, we've got our raid target, guys. We're gonna raid Amethyst Crown X. Oh, I never checked to see if they had followers only chat. I guess technically they're not. Oh, they have 10 now. You know what? It's okay. We'll be fine. I've got 10 seconds before the ad. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We are going to raid someone. This is a random raid by tag. I don't know who this is. It's a random raid by tag with bad information, which is even better. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. If I can even do this using Twitch's API. Oh, I forgot I have another 40 seconds before the ad starts. But yes. Um they are streaming Marvel Rivals. It looks like our random raid system is kind of bad because they have a lot of subs. So clearly they're not a small streamer. But we're gonna let it run. That's all fine. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I will see you then. Bye.